Hi guys,
Hi,
welcome back to Free Failing. I'm Jess K,
and I'm Jess T.
and today we're talking about the change in persona that we go through as women when transitioning from being
Mhm.
married to divorced or from being single, married, divorced, and all the different
Yeah,
relationship statuses, even being engaged, because I've been through that
true.
too.
Yeah, like
Funny fun.
unengaged. Yeah.
Um,
And mother to single mother
yeah,
or divorced mother or married again
yeah.
with kids.
And even blended family divorce,
Hmm.
because blended family divorce is different than married biological children.
Yeah.
So I think we were talking about how weeks ago you were having a party or like cooking for one of your sons
Oh, yeah.
and doing all the
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. There's just been for me going from a stay-at-home married mom to a single working mom has been such a drastic change for me and such an eye-opener that just so many things. I used to party planning was my jam. You
Mm.
know what I mean? I would get super creative. I cake decorated like sophisticated cakes with fondant and figures and lights, literally.
Which is just so funny to me. 'Cause so for context, we weren't close during that stage. So
Yeah.
Jess, for first time listeners or viewers, Jess was a stay at
Yeah.
home homeschooling mom
Yes.
for 18 years, I
Yes.
mean, almost
And
20
we.
years.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
didn't work,
Hmm.
and husband supported you
Yep.
since you were young.
Yep. Cooked, cleaned, homeschooled, Bible study, church, small groups, youth group, running the youth group,
Yeah.
running the homeschool groups. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we always have been each other's
Mhm.
lives because we'd had always similar friends and always knew each
Mhm.
other, but we weren't close in that early
Mhm.
season of life. And I think I was a single mom back then.
Yep.
So just hearing about your like cake
Oh
decorating,
my
like that
gosh.
makes
I
me
should actually show you pictures.
yeah.
I had a little decorating business for a minute I literally made Fenway Park out of a cake with lights, with
Oh,
edible picture of the bride and groom up on the Jumbotron. And oh my gosh, a little doggy with a fire hydrant. I mean,
who did you make that for?
ridiculous.
Why
The
do you think
groom's
you
cake for my friend. I know.
okay, you're that girl that
Yeah,
like
I was
made
that
people's
girl. I was
cake.
like Ace of Cakes.
So how this loops into what we're talking about, you enjoyed
I enjoyed it and I enjoyed cooking. I loved cooking and I loved the validation and the compliments I got from cooking. And
mm,
I loved hosting. And
mm,
now, girl, my kids are like, "We're just not the house where people come over." And they're like, "And I kinda like it that way." I'm kind of, "What? What do you mean we're not the house? We were always the house where people came over, and now they
really?
literally identify as, like, we're not a host house and we don't have company," and that is strange to me.
Yes.
But it's true, and I am enjoying that at this time because I can't handle it all, and I think I spent so much of my life people pleasing and serving
Mm.
that now I'm like, I can't do it all and I'm exhausted. But also, now I know what it is like to be a working single parent. And
Yeah.
I get why people just want to come home and open the garage door and pull their car in and get out and get in the bathroom and never to emerge again. I get it now.
Yeah, totally.
So that was my one of my big life changes. And I'm okay with that. I'm like it's a cognitive dissonance because it's not what I identified with for so long. But I also understand the stage that I'm in and I need to be in that
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's weird is that you're kind of forced into things sometimes. Like, even if you're married and you have babies and stay home, like I wasn't forced, but I felt like
Right.
I needed to quit my job, like my career for 4 years, because
Mm.
I just didn't want to put them in daycare. So it's going through the stages of life, even as a mom, and then like forget marriage and divorce.
Mm.
It's weird how your identity changes and everything, like who you talk to, the things that
Yeah.
you do.
Right. Like you're not conscious of sometimes what got you to that place.
Right.
I mean, yes, you didn't want your kids to go to daycare, but it's not like you said, I want to be a stay at home
It was
mom.
never my
Right.
dream, and I
Right.
actually
Right.
really struggled. It
Mm.
was just really hard for me. It was the hardest
Mm.
season of my life because I wasn't natural at it, and I was bored and lonely and
I don't
not a
think I realized you were a stay at home mom
yeah,
for
for 4
4 years.
years, I quit my new it was in the newspapers, and then I went back in PR when
Oh.
the youngest was 4. Thank God, and I'm so grateful for those years, but
Mm.
it's funny, it's, like, so
Mhm.
grateful, but it was so hard.
No,
So it's
I'm
like life is
so
crazy
thankful.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think like now that, so for first time viewers and listeners, I'm divorced a year, you're divorced going on 5 years.
Yeah.
So a little more fresh for me in the
Mhm.
terms of, so for me, I got pregnant in college. I was a single mom for 7 years.
That's a long time. Like
Yeah, it is. So I was married till 29.
identity.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Um, and then I got married and had 2 kids and then got a divorce. So then I experienced more like, yeah, like
And you did
single
the stay at
divorce.
home mom thing.
Yeah.
And the wife thing.
Yeah.
And the nuclear family and the
Yeah.
you
Like
did all the things.
true, like,
Right.
yes, nuclear family. And it's funny, that's something I always couldn't wait to have and dreamed of. So then it was such a SH show. It was crushing. 'Cause it's like I saw all my other, especially Christian friends, like having that. I couldn't wait to be a wife and I couldn't wait. And then it was just a disaster. And I'm sure my ex thinks so too. I feel like it was just mutual.
Yeah.
So then for me, it went back to like 4 years
Single mom again.
divorced. So divorced
Oh,
single
true,
mom.
true.
So then I had the D card and I was single again. So I was relegated back to that. Then, well, then engaged in the now.
Wait, I have to pause. I know you're saying like the D card, almost like it's a scarlet letter, which I understand. And you're saying relegated back to, and I understand. But that almost sounds like negative, negative, negative. And I do understand that feeling because I felt that at first. Now I feel, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful.
Which I can't wait to talk about.
Married. Okay,
Yeah.
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 In a way.
Yeah.
But when you say relegated back to, was that all in your head or in your actual body itself? Did you actually feel some freedom there being a single mom again? Like, were you like, oh, I love this?
No,
Oh, okay.
I do now. 'Cause I'm
Mhm.
divorced twice, but I did not. I didn't feel my family was whole. I felt like something was broken or missing. I felt like I needed to get a stepdad for my kids and a husband right away. It was a mad dash. And then I got married, lasted 4.5 years. And that was by all stretch of the imagination, if you look outwardly on it, it was kind of perfect, like Camelot, kind of fairy tale-ish. He was white horse and it was quick, but it was everything I kind of wanted. Like it was Christian.
Yeah.
We got
He's
this
financially
perfect
stable
house,
and
like on
strong
the end
and
of a
beautiful.
cul-de-sac
Yeah.
in the backyard, had a trail that led
Oh
to
my
my
gosh.
sister's backyard because we bought my parents' house.
Yes, that one still hurts.
Yeah, and we were the host of all the big parties. We had like annual 4th of July party. We hosted Christmas for our 50 relatives. So it was just,
It's nice when you don't have to twist their arm. Oh
yeah,
gosh, I can't imagine.
yeah,
That is a dream. And you vacationed a lot.
yeah. So I just feel like we were the house. I always wanted to be the house where the teenagers come over and the kids have a sleepover. Just like, or we had
Band
5 kids between us. Our kids could have band practice. There was room. So then now to lose all that, now I have a house, obviously much smaller, single income. It's for me just interesting losing a lot of, for lack of a better word, status, insecurity, and even like a little pride,
Oh, 100%. Oh my
about
gosh.
being real.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. The pride, the weirdest, smallest things still to this day. This is gonna sound so I'm embarrassed to say this. I still miss having a wedding ring on my finger.
yes,
And when I see someone like twirling their wedding ring, I'm like,
me too.
I was so proud of my ring. Just the feeling of that was such status and such
was.
security and such, yeah, I'm done, did that, stick a fork in it. And
Mhm.
it's just like so nice.
Me too. Okay, you're not as much of a Sex and the City person, but did you ever watch it?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember the episode where Charlotte got engaged and broke it off? Or I think they were going through a divorce and Carrie came to visit her and she had her finger on it. She goes, "What is that?" She's like, "What's that?" She would just like dance around. Sometimes I do that. Yeah. Yeah. I miss it so much. And you know what? You know what goes along with that? I take business where it pains me the most with the lack of the ring is business trips. I have to go to New York sometimes. I miss just being a married woman.
I know.
I don't want to just,
Something
I'm like,
about it.
yeah, yep. And it makes me feel safer.
Yeah.
It makes me feel there's so much about it. And I don't think guys feel that way. And they might miss their rings for different reasons. But I think this is like specifically a woman pain.
I agree. But in retrospect, I agree. And also that is one of the things I feel also is uncovered. And not that it's hard because I'm not giving. It's not that I don't want to give him credit for a covering,
Mhm.
but I think that the covering is kind of spiritual, not necessarily the person.
Agree.
It's like the position of marriage and that union. I think it's a God-given covering.
Mm.
But that's so as simple as a ring, but as deep as that loss of identity also left me feeling uncovered in so many ways, like
Really?
on a deeper level. Yeah, so many ways. Even the fact that I'm going out and dating,
Mm.
that is a strange thing. I feel like, and sometimes I run into bad situations, and
Mm.
or I'll get on the phone with someone who is some kind of strange. There's just been so many times where I was like, oh, like if I remember I told you I went out on that date with a guy, and then he was in his car and he
Yeah,
got
voided out.
upset and his
Yeah.
father died, and
Yeah.
he wrote it out
So
exactly.
uncomfortable.
And it's like oftentimes in this last 5 years, I've said to myself, in a little anger, is like, I can't believe this dude left me like this, like so uncovered and so
Mhm.
like I'm the mother of his children, and I'm out here
Mm.
literally in danger. And I'm not saying that's I don't
No,
know.
I know what you mean. It's
It's
not
a
completely
crazy
rational.
thing.
It's just that emotion that's
Yeah,
tied to a
because
lot of
it's your
different things.
family at that point and your family members. So you're kind of like,
Yes.
how are you somehow covering the kids but not the wife anymore? That's weird. Um, there was another time when we were separated, and our kids were little, so they used to leave the light on in the car a lot.
Mm.
So our car would die a lot, and we'd have to jump the car.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know how or whatever. Anyway, and we had the thing that you plug in and you could bring it outside and jump it. And I was like, I remember one day I was like, can you like, you're gonna have to show me how to jump the car
Wow.
because I know. And he literally did, and it was like
Almost worse than
it
he did.
is worse. And it was like an out of body experience. And I was standing in the driveway of our home
Oh,
that
that's
we've had for almost 20 years,
yeah.
and my husband, current still husband, is showing me how to jump the car because he's no longer living there,
Oh,
and I could end up with. It was just
he
like,
saw it
oh,
with all of his kids. No, that's
yeah.
something about
So
that.
it's like as petty. The ring does represent something that
Yep.
I do miss, and when I'm in a meeting like with other coworkers, and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
how they don't. I don't even know if they realize the privilege and the
Mm,
comfort of that.
I know. I didn't until I had it.
Yeah.
So is it weird that like I've actually thought of wearing mine to the other hand, like on the pointer finger?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
weird,
Well,
right?
now I don't I miss it, but I wouldn't want to wear it.
Yeah.
Because it also represents so much pain and hurt and trauma.
I've let that go. I just love a sitting room. Like the only I
I
don't
still
have
get
nice
that.
jewelry at all. No, I don't have like nice like
Well, you
things.
can have it turned into something else.
I was thinking that.
Yeah. But also not just it represents pain and trauma to me. I actually I'm so single. I don't want anybody to get confused. It's like, come on, Romeo, where are you?
You thought of that? Like, what if I'm at the gym going like this
Yeah.
and some like dyslexic guy is like, oh,
I don't think they'll even get that.
no,
It's
right
on,
there is.
it's
It's
not.
too hard out there. If you put any flashy diamonds thrown into it's already complicated enough.
Exactly.
It
So
really is all about the ring.
yeah.
for me. Yeah.
So I'll lean on that. But it is the loss of status, and that's the thing. It's not that it's not about the man. Unless it was a great, great man and you really lost a
Yeah.
great one, of course. But
Yeah.
it's really about the position, the status, and the identity.
Mhm.
And that's what I realized too. One of the biggest things I lost, I feel like, or not lost. One of the things I grieved the most was that solid nuclear family.
Yeah.
Um, but then again with the reframing, or even just maybe I was just listening to the Holy Spirit, but I really felt like I I realized I made that family an idol.
Mm.
I was so proud of my family that I built, and that I was a student, and that I did have a ring.
But isn't
And
that good? Isn't it so good to be proud of those things? Like, do you think you were like looking down on others?
no, I was definitely
Oh,
never looking down on others, and I was always pulling
oh,
people in, and I was always posting and having,
yeah, like adopted
um,
children. I don't know if you were like
yeah, no, no, and even
realized it.
I was speaking at like mastering motherhoods and motherhood groups, and I
Oh,
remember having such a heart for the single moms. I really, truly did. I was like, maybe one day I could start a warehouse. Single moms can come and just get whatever they need. And I always thought about stuff like that. So I was not, it wasn't an arrogance, but it was a pride. Actually, it's not even a pride. I'm sorry. Let's clarify. I meant idol.
Or you made it your security or identity.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was walking around with a chip on my shoulder. I was maybe not worshiping it, but yeah, I was holding the marriage and the family maybe above even my own needs, or maybe above how I trusted God instead of, I don't know. I
know what you mean.
something that came up for me.
Yeah. Something that still kind of gets me with like, I was married, had a big blended family, like 5 kids. I love saying that on work calls, by the way. And I love being seen. Talk about pride. This is nasty pride. I love being seen in airports or on family outings if we went to like the fairs because people would look at us and people just assume that they're all your kids. So I just be like, I have 5 kids. And to me, that's like, wow, that's impressive. I know you have 5, but like for people that don't have 5, it's to me an impressive thing. So like being really awesome, you know? But I miss when I was married with kids because my ex's kids were littler. I would see my sisters more because they have younger kids
And big things.
and big families. So when I had kids, want to meet at the park, like cousins would always have little sleepovers. So me and my sisters would always see each other and hang out. And it was so cute and I loved it. Now I don't see my sisters.
It's like who you're in friendship or fellowship with totally changes. So I was a bestie to your sister. And I still obviously love her to death, but we were in the same trenches. We were in the same barracks with the same age kid, and we were both homeschooling. So I spent so much time with her, but a lot of that time was surrounded or associated with children. And then when I started co-parenting and having the kids less, there were times that now I don't have the kids. So it's awkward to be at the event now with no kids.
Exactly. And I won't do it. I'm not their auntie.
Yeah.
Come to your games, but I'm not like gonna go to the carnival with y'all.
Right.
You know, with no
For
kids.
no reason. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've been to like compounds enough times in my life.
Right.
They don't ever
Exactly. Oh my gosh, exactly. One other thing that like transition out of having a married life and then not, we're both writers because I think it was a vice versa. I want to see what you think. But for me, I was writing on married life a lot, like for Crosswalk is a Christian website, especially during COVID, like ways to stay romantic, and it was just like my whole blog. So for me, I feel like, oh, now don't have that platform to speak to married women and stepmoms and blended families. So it changed. And now it's to divorced women or women in transition. But even now, even just having the visibility of that, if your name changes, like I have editors and, if I'm suddenly submitting articles, I'm going through separation, you have a little conversation. So it sucks when we're not public figures, but it sucks when you have
stuff that it's another form of your identity. And I also, like I said, I used to speak around the state. And same thing, and I'd have the pictures on my bio and wife and mother, like blah blah blah, wife and mother, her and her husband.
You lost it in the same way, like then
exactly. So I felt exactly, and that's something though that I learned. I thought this is something I have to reach, like the pinnacle of the church mother, to then be able to speak. And when it all came crashing down, I was like, wow, I don't even know. And they're still emailing, like, would you like this date? Can you speak on this date? And I was like, I don't think you have anymore. If you only knew. And so I did. I declined the first couple in the year or so after. Then recently we started this, and it happened to just come around again where one of those churches reached out to ask me to speak. And I was like, again, I had that feeling like, well, I don't. Do they know that I'm divorced?
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
But I was like, it's motherhood, yo. I think it is a change.
Yeah. Like, well, but I'm like, they're reading my old bio. Yeah. But I don't care. I don't even want to clarify at this point. This time, I said yes, and I am gonna walk up and and I'm going to drop the mic and I'm gonna explain Oh my
Listen,
gosh.
you can
Everything that I
usually
learned.
never pay me to come to a mom group. Could not pay me. I'm sorry, mom.
Or any other.
That might be worth it.
I'm because let's get so for real. And I was so sad about that feeling of that loss for so many years. And it's like, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
I just realized I'm actually even more qualified to speak than the person who's been covered and been protected, because in some ways you really actually haven't been through much. Because looking back, I realize I have been through a lot, but like this is a new level.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
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 So and then even today on my drive to work, a thought came to my head, like a title, and so I already know what I'm going to speak on.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Well, I
excited.
can't wait to hear. I don't know if I even knew you accepted that. So that's so awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was gonna say about that though. So yeah. So in that same like vein, when I was like, okay, I guess I'm not a married Christian woman
Mhm.
anymore after all that. I have just decided, like, my thing that I've come up with, or just after praying and thinking about it, is like, well, my message is to be a mouthpiece for God's goodness and faithfulness, no matter what happens in your life. Almost like if I had a book cover, it'd be like a girl walking action movies with like the burning building and just not looking back and just having peace. Like it's not about what we have, what we are, relationship status. Like it's just what are you saying about God and how has He gotten you through? So that's why I'm really like not preachers or
No,
counselors. Like
no,
but people need to
super
hear
saved.
this, like from other people going through similar things. That is all that
Yeah.
matters to me.
Yeah,
Like,
because how many people are going through those things and they're just shuffling it under the rug and pretending so that they don't lose their identity,
yeah,
so that they can
snorting
still be.
anxiety medication or just miserable or on like
Yep.
numbing out. I mean, not that we're not perfect, but I feel like I
Yeah.
think we have quite
Yeah.
some testimonies to share.
Mhm.
Like every day for me feels like we have.
I think I wrote a blog post once that was like, "I'm every woman,"
Mhm.
like the song, the Whitney Houston song.
Yes.
Um, but now I feel like I really am. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I can speak to the married woman, the divorced woman, the single woman, the adopted mom, the foster mom who had to send them back,
What?
or like say goodbye,
Wow.
the working mom, the stay-at-home mom. So it's like
Totally.
actually, it actually gave me a depth of knowledge that I feel like I can speak from.
100% of it.
Exactly.
And on that note, I have in this new like single now, I'm a single divorced mom again, have so much peace and so much contentment and so much autonomy and really am enjoying being alone that it like it doesn't even compare to the big house or the security, the status. Like we can miss those things, but and those can come back. And I feel like when you lose them and then you'll almost appreciate them in a different way and not put too much emphasis in them.
Yeah.
Like you have a renewed perspective.
Yeah.
I always think when things are lost. And then if they're redeemed, it's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
So you can't buy or you can't earn
Yeah.
or strive for contentment or peace or joy.
And really, you could have lost those things married. So it's not even about, right? It's not even about marriage. How many people go bankrupt? How many people or their spouse gambles their house away? Or there could have been so many ways that you could have lost material things.
Gosh,
So
I know. Not that you wish that on anybody, not that
no.
really, but
Point is
I mean,
that we can't put
not a
our,
guarantee.
that is in a way an idol. Like, look at my big beautiful house, look at my big same thing.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Like my big beautiful
Totally.
family. Not even look at it, but just finding your security in that instead of your security in your identity in Christ. That He's gonna take care of you. I'm like, what?
Yeah. You know what's so weird is like talking about the big house she used to have or whatever.
Mhm.
It wasn't like a compound, I'm not saying, but
But it
like,
was big. It was big.
but what's crazy is we did fight so much about money,
Mhm.
and I've been here almost a year, like living in a house on my own, and I don't make a ton of money.
Mhm.
It's so interesting that I've pretty much been able to maintain the things I do. Okay, so I stopped getting my nails done and I put my extensions in on my own now. So that was hard. But besides that,
Mhm.
like I'm still eat out with my kids and I took them on vacation and
Yeah,
everything. So
you
and
have
that's just
takeout if you want to. You go
yeah.
out to eat.
And that's just one little example, but like if you get deeper and like things I worried about facing a divorce and like fearing that would happen as my kids things with my kids, like
They
things that
actually
matter
got
more.
better.
It got
Uh-huh.
better. And I'm only saying this to encourage anyone listening or watching that is going through it.
Mhm.
Just for real, I could think of three, and we'll go on and on, of my greatest dreads. The reasons I would have white knuckled it and stayed in a marriage out of fear, those three things are totally flipped upside down
Wow.
and are the opposite. So it's better in these three categories where
That you feared the most.
that I feared the most. And my kids, because I was talking to them once, they go,
Mhm.
"Oh yeah, I think you're gaslighting yourself."
Mm.
So again, this is not if there's a way to stay married. I'm a proponent of
Yeah.
marriage, but
We're
divorce happens
supporting
whether you want it or not sometimes.
right. We're supporting fearlessness
Yeah.
and trust.
Yes. And faith in God that even in unideal circumstances, God will
100
make turn.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Yes, and I've been so provided for, and I have such autonomy that the good things that have happened, I'm like, oh, how could I build upon this and keep growing? And I'm very much a motivated person and a goal setter and a go getter, and I don't like ceilings or glass ceilings because I just have a belief system
Yeah.
that I can do more. And he was always the put a lid on it, put a lid
Yeah.
on it.
Limited mindset, and you are
Yes.
a visionary dreamer.
Yes.
Yeah.
So being able to do that with limitlessly
Mm.
and having no one like do that has been great.
I was gonna say though, okay, so because I think we're getting off track, and I loved all the tracks you're
Yeah.
going on, but my
Mm.
kind of bookend thought is like in this era of life, I feel like I'm healed and doing better, and I'm single and I'm
Mhm.
happy. I feel like I'm just Jess now.
Mm.
Like I used to feel like when you walk into a party or like what did I go to recently where I drove myself and I drove myself home, and I had this cool feeling like walking into it, and I forgot where I was walking in. I was like, I'm just confident and I'm just Jess. And people are happy that I'm here, and the room's going to be better because I'm there. Like, not that I'm this great. I feel like everyone should feel that way about themselves. It's just, it's coming to terms with who you are and being self confident. And I feel like I really, really am. So just encouraging someone who's like, you're losing your wife status, or for the first time, or you feel like now you're not a whole total mother because now you're going to lose your kids for 50% of the time. Like, you are who you are through growing
Yeah.
closer to Jesus, recognizing your worth, getting your value from him, putting time and care and energy into yourself. What we've
You
gone
start
through.
to recognize yourself
Yeah.
as an individual, and
Yep.
that's the identity,
And that's the
not
identity.
what you're
Truly that.
tied to.
Yeah.
And I hear you like, Jess and Lewis or Bob and Jess or whatever. You're just you. But on that note, not just that you're not attached to, I'll just say Bob and Jess, but you're also just Jess, maybe not that last name.
Mhm.
Tell me, how has that been through the years of
Oh my
like,
gosh. So
how do you flip that identity? Are you
dude,
that last name, this last name?
it's so
The
rough
drama
for
of that.
women. Don't get me started. I think we're in a conundrum. I think we can't win because most of us want to have the same last name as our kids. I've thought about this so deeply. So I think you have to.
Because that's
One of
an
these things that
identity
change.
piece.
Yes. And I have, you guys, for the last job, not the one I'm in, my name changed 3 times in less than 8 years. And I'm single, got married, divorced, married, divorce. Like eight. So, oh my gosh, the human resource department is probably like, and it's just humiliating. And what's crazy is in our age, they'd see, like, say you're just always the same external contacts. I work in media. So it's like so and so producer. They see your name change and they say congratulations because they say she got married, not divorced. I mean, this is a tangent, but the red tape and the bureaucratic nonsense as women, how many DMV visits does a gal have to go to on this fallen, broken earth? Because honestly, I would love to sit here and say, yes, I would love to say I'm not going to change my name again when I get married because I'm just this old fashioned romantic sucker who actually loves taking his name, blah, blah, blah. But
So I have 5, and they all have the same last name. And I have that last name. And now I don't like giving credit to his last name of all the things that I'm accomplishing in this life, like walking across the stage to get my master's degree with his name. I didn't like that, but it's also my kid's name, so it's for them. But that also plays into this not the identity, like the identity, the pride, the status. It's like I have 5 children, and like you said, they're like the United Nations, and so and I'm biracial and I'm mixed and I'm a minority, so it's like a stereotype threat to. I don't want people to think I have, and that, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it's this other racial piece of
Okay,
like a
right.
stereotype that I'm,
Yeah.
yeah, that I'm avoiding, which I shouldn't. It's just this weird vibe. But these things matter. These things are things that the people wiggling the ring around in the staff meeting don't have to think about.
Yeah. Or men.
Or men ever.
It was just it's wild to me. It's a
Yeah,
wild rodeo over here, just so y'all
it
know.
is.
But so it is interesting for you though, because
Mhm.
names matter so much, and I
Yeah,
love my maiden name
and I love
so much.
names.
You're
Period.
so into names.
Mhm.
I was surprised when you didn't
Kept it.
when you kept it.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm not judging you. I'm just saying it's I don't think I could do it, but
But
maybe it's
5
easier.
small children at the time, all under the age of 13. 5 children, and I'm gonna now go to school and add another layer of difficulty, like,
Yeah, no, I could see it, and
it is a lot.
yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just that's so, but it sucks to have to be put in that place. It sucks to like, and it seems like you're used to it
I'm
now.
gonna say a really sad thing too. I feel like I love my dad, but there's a lot of grief and trauma associated with that last name, and there's so much brokenness in that
Oh, okay.
history. Not just me and my dad, but like that whole history of. So I don't really take pride in either name. And it was to the point where if I do ever change my name, it's either for the amazing man that I'm gonna be so
Mhm.
happy to have that name change,
Men.
or I'm going to change my own name and create a name. And I know that sounds crazy,
Well,
but
it could be your author when you write books. It could just be like,
or even my pen name. And
it's
it's
really
just
cool.
so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And back to the name thing though, because it's so complicated with women in the realm of like mom, not mom. I, as a former wife who had a husband with an ex-wife, it'd be this weird competition where they had his name and I didn't yet, and we were engaged,
Mhm.
or I didn't like that.
With your stepkids?
No, like my husband at the time, I
Mhm.
didn't like sharing. I felt like I should be the only one that had his last name, even though they were married and she kept her name for her kids.
Oh,
I'm confessing. This is not like
no,
I
I
don't know.
believe. I'm sure
This is me.
that's a common thing. Like, I'm the new.
You know?
Yeah. Ugh,
Um,
eh.
I know. And there's a thing where we have a mutual friend whose ex-wife got married and she's still keeping she's not taking the new husband's name, keeping her name. And her ex-husband, who's a mutual friend of ours, is angry, is like,
Really?
yeah, because he's like, listen, you married someone else. Give me back my name. So
Oh, yeah. I
it's
have a
the
friend.
thing, you
I have a
know?
friend who, she has a very, very, like, the worst, 10 times worse than we've ever heard or seen, toxic ex.
Mm,
And they have been apart for like 10 years. And she kept the name because they're kids. And he texts her like
he just wants it
all
back.
the time about anything. But one of the things he always is like, and stop parading around with that jersey with my last name, change your name. And he's
Mm,
just so nasty about it. It's
brutal.
like, well,
Brutal.
she probably doesn't even want that name, girl. She's
Yeah.
doing it for your kids, you
Yeah.
know?
And I have one more scenario. So my last name has always been my first son's last name because I was a
Mm.
single mom. His dad wasn't in his life. So when I remarried and got divorced, my next two sons don't have the same last name as me. But when their dad, biological dad, remarried, stepmom shares their last name and I don't share their last name. But I'm screwed because I have multiple sons, so it's one or the other. Like you can't have.
And they had children together?
No,
Oh,
but so, like, when we go to football games,
yeah.
the ex-wife, who I really
Yeah.
like,
Her name
has
is.
she looks like the mama, not me. Like, when
Got
they
it.
go to the school
Oh,
pickup
yeah.
line,
Because you
she's
have
saying
changed
their
your
last
name.
name because I got divorced and changed my name back. So it's the same as
Mhm.
my first son.
Oh, that would be worse.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, I
saying?
never
So
thought
they
about it that
she see
way.
anyone that was at a
Wow.
party, they see the names, think it's the mom.
Yes. Or
It's
or
weird.
signed, or even in the
You know what I'm
even in the
saying?
parent square. Oh,
Especially in the
so I'm
parent
so
square.
glad. Oh my gosh. So yes, my kids would
Hit
all be
hard.
registered in the
Yeah.
school system
Mhm.
as
And
their
it
last name.
yeah,
I would be listed with a different last
yeah,
name.
you would look
And oh my gosh.
it's
So I'm
awful.
glad.
It's so weird. It's a weird world.
Yeah.
Weird world. So I hope this
When is when's the things?
yeah, okay. So every week, for people tuning in for the first time, Jeff and I share a win and a fail that we respectively have gone through.
Yeah.
The week.
Big or small.
Yeah.
So my fail. Oh, we might have talked about this. I don't know, but I was in a whatever. I have a lot of meetings at school. And so I was in a meeting and it was just adults and they're just talking. And this happens all the time. I did talk about it, but it happened again. And they're like, da 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 da. And yeah. And so are we going to be in this building all day or are they going to ask us to go to the other school? And then she's like, well, we're just going to ask you to work on this all day Tuesday. And I'm like literally looking back and forth, back and forth. And I'm like, wait, what? What's happening Tuesday? Okay. So this is this week I'm asking about this coming
You
Tuesday.
just did something.
I did just do something. And it's just so embarrassing. And they're like, election day? I was like, oh. And I was like, they're like, well, you're going to be here, but the kids aren't. Because, like, it's like professional development all day for teachers.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but the kids have it off. But
Yeah.
we don't have it off. But
that sucks.
But it's like a double whammy of embarrassment because it's like, I should know what's going on in the world and that I can be electing my leaders. And on top of that, I didn't realize I just can't get it together. And I literally heard one of my coworkers who she's on my team, so she knows this happens a lot. And she's like I heard her do
like
side
a visible reaction
of like, maybe judgment, maybe disappointment. And I literally was like, do not judge me.
Yeah.
Listen, and she was like,
you don't want this. You don't want me to
unleash
the litany, just full of what it's taking to stay alive.
Day by day.
You should make sure to put the iPhone sticker like someone really visible.
Wow. Exactly right here. Which I really probably ripped off of somebody else's shirt. Did I borrow that?
I might change my. Oh, okay, I'll let you finish.
Oh, well, you do the fail.
I might change my veil because I'm really into politics, as you know, like vote, vote, vote. And I moved to another house after a divorce this year, and I don't think I changed my registration. And here's the thing: there is time. No, I'm not going to go down to the town hall, yo. I had to go to the post office today. I hate anything that has to do with like going to the banks, adulting. What category can you put this in? I just hate it so much. I hate the smell. I hate any state run or town run or municipal.
Me too.
It's so inefficient. They're so mean. They're so mean. They're miserable.
They're so petty. They're like, exactly. You didn't put
it's the antithesis of who we are, who I am at least. Like, so I had to endure that today. So now it's fresh in my mind. I am not gonna. Well, though, if it would be like federal election, I mean,
I might be able to do it online, maybe.
I'm gonna make that my fail. Yeah,
I'm not
like I don't know. Yeah, and I'm not. Okay,
I'm gonna take somebody's different.
I'll give you mine.
Okay.
So bad.
All right. My win. Oh, my win is what I was talking to you earlier, but my win is basically that I recognize that I can't lose much in anything because God is good. So I will never.
Big W.
Big.
Okay, we're all right.
My win is that I can never lose, no matter what comes against me, no matter what tries to tear me down.
You're like disclosing your mental state right now because to live like synonymous to like my win is that there's an eternal life. And that happens. I'm gonna go live with Jesus. That's how bad things are right now. That your win is that God exists.
He exists.
That you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And you are.
Surrounded by all
scripture.
I'm surrounded by all the sides. I'm this and that, like
a cloud of heavenly hosts worshiping.
You don't know the part where he's like they're under attack.
Oh yeah.
You're like, but nothing's gonna.
Yeah, you're like Steven smiling, like getting.
I'm like invisible. I'm like Mario when he gets the.
Yes, you are, and this is hands down my favorite one. To have like our year anniversary, let's do like our best, like top 5 and top fails and wins.
Like bloopers of just wins and fails.
Right, amazing. How am I going to tap that? My one is to finish my expense report. And I've mentioned this in other episodes, so it's almost November. That has been going on since March. I had to have my company approve $369 worth of late fees and my Amex, my
Yeah, that's
corporate
bad.
Amex
That's
card.
bad.
But I finished it. I remember I was like, it's not done yet. Now I have to go
See?
through all that red tape. I finished it.
See? Same thing. Even when it's your fault, you can't lose. God, it's so good. All the time. So much. And you know I gotta be smiling at it right now. Because you're a hot mess. But we're hitting.
Oh my gosh. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks
Thanks
for
for
joining
listening.
us.
Sorry
We'll
about
see you
the
next week.
exhaustion.